Los saluda Benito. Benito Camelo. Según yo, ya es para mí todo. ¿Se ve God? Se ve God. Se me activan, tengo drops. Debería agregar solo debería agregar las etiquetas. Y no sé si ponerle el título.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Le voy a poner el título.
Let's go find some treasure.
Yeah. Ahora sí, buena nit.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
¿Qué toca hoy? Gabriela, déjame ver si entiendo. Ok. Un family only. No lo sé. Bien, ok, de nuevo. Roto Chema. Así los drops de Twitch. Bueno, ¿qué toca hoy? Probar a Furina. Tirar por Furina. Y no tengo muchos deseos. Algunos cuantos, pero no son excesivamente muchos.
Adventure Time!
Y la misión es solo Furina. Nada de su arma, nada de constelaciones. Prefarmeo. No, no hay farmeo. Lo único bueno que tengo, que recuerdo, es este reloj. Que lo trae bien. Ya ven, pues le pondré cualquier otro de vida. O de ataque si quiero que haga daño. Entonces bueno, recarga. Atáqueme, probabilidad de daño crítico, está bueno. Tengo algunos que otros buenos porque me acuerdo que farmé para la viajera Hidro. Le puse cosas de vida. Y a Fischl. Y así te estuve bien, también se lo pondré al arconte. Pluma. Probabilidad, defensa. Vida, defensa, no. Vida, recarga. Si sube probabilidad de daño crítico, a lo mejor lo subo. No, no. Estará entre uno de estos dos el que le pondré el arconte. El de vida y el de Bennett. Y aquí puede que le ponga este. Pienso yo. Bueno, era uno y uno. El que suba mejor le lo pondré. Mal que este tiene ataque, defensa. Tiene prueba a ver si sube vida porcentual o recarga. Este a ver si sube daño crítico o recarga. Lo subiré los al 4. El que tenga el mejor substat será el que lo llevará. Y aquí un poco frito. No me toca nada de probabilidad o daño crítico. Daño crítico este, pero no es muy bueno. Este está 2-3. Vida, este podría ser. Solo a ver qué tanta probabilidad tengo de substats porque ya no es para Furina. Tengo esta R1, nunca saqué los refinamientos. Poco XD. Y la de la pesca no la he acabado de sacar. Favonios. Tengo una cocazuja, tengo esta R3 a nivel 1 a lo mejor. Y la espada ligera del banner de armas no la tengo. Así que en principio esta. O la del... la pesca. Bueno, en fin, comencemos con la prueba. No, aquí no todavía no. Espérate, más lento. ¿Dónde era? Aquí. Primero de los que ya conocemos a los nuevos. A Beidou ya me la conozco. Ya la conocemos a Beidou. Daño de counters y electrochoques.
Odds revealed by Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Rim cutter. Know my sword. Midnight phantasmagory. Swirl. Mark 2. To ashes.
Bueno, esto debería ser así, creo yo.
By royal decree. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Algo así. A Beidou debería subirla también. Es muy útil. No sé en qué equipo lo usaría. A lo mejor en el de Razor. O ya son muchos Electro. No, pero aquí por Razor me falta un Mika. En el equipo de Razor tengo a Kiki, pero pues no están subidos ni Razor ni Kiki. Arabashu, que ya no lo conocemos, aunque creo que no lo jugué. O sea, no grabé la prueba que hice con él. O no la jugué. Baishu me gustaba para jugarlo con Sino. Bueno, me gusta para jugarlo con Sino, pero decidí tirar por el otro que estuvo junto con él, que ni me acuerdo quién era. Ah, creo que estuvo en el rito de Liu y pues tiré por el báculo. Esto era golpe,
Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
Bloom,
You're in for a little shock.
Aper Bloom.
Seems like an emergency.
The doctor will see. Let me weave you a verse.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Rain outlines your fate.
Let's spark things up a little. You're in for a little shock.
Sí, no sé cuánto yo le hice, pero le bajé un buen de un golpe, creo. Ya sabemos, Baishu, healer, escudero. Escudos débiles, pero recargables. Si es que se puede decir así. Ahora toca Charlotte. Qué decir que de estos nuevos ya me topé con sus animaciones. Esta toma fotos, obvio, obvio, obvio. Y pues Furina, Furina. Lo que no sé es qué más aporta Charlotte aparte de curación. Creo que cura en base a la vida. Daño crío y crío continuo. Mayor daño y mayor duración. personaje Neuma que lo active con los cargados. Veamos a la muñequita. Está bien. Diseño bonito, voy a decir. Veamos su secuencia. Son 3 ataques. Bueno, 3 golpes mejor dicho. Para cargado. El neumazo. Y esta. Carga máxima. Y mayor daño. Una najida chiquita más o menos. A ver, esto va a vida, ¿no? No. ¿Cura de ataque? Parece ser que sí. Funcional compacto vital. Compañía dorada, curioso. Curioso un healer que se juega daño, pero pues los primeros se jugaban a daño. Tiene un 400% del ataque. Eso sí, dura 4 segundos y 20 para volver a usarla. Se obtiene cubrir de curación si hay personajes de Fontaine. Y obtiene daño crío si hay personajes que no son de Fontaine. El efecto Zoom. No entendí. Y se reduce el elemental. Bueno, no, ahora no tengo enfriamiento XD. Barbarita.
No, my sword. Ring cutter. Say cheese.
A ver si me acuerdo cómo jugar a Freminion.
Commencing cleanup. Getting to you. Pair.
Let me read you a verse. Rain outlines your true form. Let's dance.
Muchas fotografías.
Going under. Getting to you. Pair. Getting to you. Frost is coming. Pair. Frost is coming.
Oh, ring cutter.
La carrera. Bueno. Está curiosa. Es perfecta daño continuo fuera del campo crío. Un poco como Mika. No, bueno, Mika solo no tenía mucho daño fuera del campo. Era más que nada bonus y la curación. Se podrá jugar Furina fuera del físico, o sea, o con físico o... ¿Dónde la veo? En equipos... Yo la vez que la veo en equipos de físico. Lo que no entendí muy bien es que cu- cuando Charlotte activa el efecto zoom de análisis especial, Mantener pulsada la habilidad elemental, no tendrá el efecto original. Efecto zoom de análisis especial. No leí. ¿Qué es análisis especial? Ah, la, la, la. Creo que no probé el elemental de un toque. A ver, más daño, la la la, li, 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 chititi, tititi. El curador de análisis especial.
No
Bueno,
one's
eso no lo puedo
joined me
probar
on an
aquí.
adventure in ages. Come on, let's go.
Ya veré si me sale. Espero que me salga. Ahora sí, la mera buena. La foca. La purina. Dog chow. Esto ya sé un poco más cómo funciona. Ya me vi una guía. La guía de la Kiki viva. Ataques normales cargados. Con el cargador que me dio Neuma. Y cambia sus habilidades. Esto, dañitos.
Get out of here. Off we go. Teamwork is dreamwork. Ninjutsu. You're toast. Boba, get them. Of my name, echo in song.
Mira cómo afecta. Yo solo me dio daño.
Everybody stand back.
Mira este equipo con doble healer.
Eat this. Let the world come alive. Strike a pose. How dare you?
Te corrió el equipo. Mira los muñequitos. Bueno, es el curativo. Pero cura como Diona. Lentito. Este sello curará más, creo yo. Bueno, ya veré si me sale. Yo espero que sí me salga. Tengo el asegurado. ¿Cuántos deseos me faltaría pegar el 90? No sé. Ahora sí, tocan sus tiradas. Y esto tengo que buscarlo, es en la zona. ¿Sabrá alguien del personaje que tenga objetos de zonas previas? Supongo que solo personajes que sean de otras naciones. Y esto ni lo voy a tocar, pero por ponerlo, bueno, ya está, ya lo puse. Fuchina y Baceta. No tengo fragmentillo, no, todavía no. Ahora sí, como ballena. Creo que tengo para 3 multis. Espero mínimo una Charlotte. Bueno, colé. Aún no la tengo C6. Creo que la tengo C2. Bueno, y con esto ya está 3. Pero solo aumentará el... mejorar una habilidad. Chapillas. Ahora a ver. Ni me fijé cuánto estaba del piti. Pero van 20. 20 más lo que hay ya en el historial. Mire, una Charlotte. Nice. Ni me fijé en las 4 estrellas. Eran Charlotte. ¿Y quién más? Sí, colé. Bueno, Vido y este es de 6. Si no me tocan. O si sí, o si. Bueno. Ya que es un deseo aumentado. Por favor. Y otra Charlotte. Eso sí, no he visto esas constelaciones. Puro combustible. Mi última multi. Ponte doradito, maldita sea. Charlotte C2. Doble 4 estrellas. Ni eso. Ni para el doble 4 estrellas. Ahora de canjear. Todo lo que se pudo. Esta es la buena. Dime que sí. No, bueno, sí. Bueno, esto me da medio deseo. Creo. No debo estar muy lejos del piti. Creo. A ver, ¿qué llevo? 4 multis. Serían 40. 45. 50. 55. 58. Estaré ahí pues, rascándole los talones. Ha habido momentos en los que estoy en el último deseo y me sale. Creo que así fue con Show. A ver, toca ir de 1 en 1. Y el 4 estrellas. Bueno, hasta me sirve. O sea, la única espada de servicio que tengo es R2, creo. Pero no voy a ser conformista. Sí, el último mes, los últimos 2 meses no tuve tanto tiempo de jugar como para ahorrar muchas pelotas. Y el último deseo. F, misión fallida. Bueno, esto no se va a rendir ahora. Esto me lo llevo. Esto... Nee. Esta... No tengo money ahorita.
Wow. Where did that come from?
Tendré que darle la jugada. Eso sí, Charlotte
Benny's
Coley
Adventure Team.
aumenta el elemental, creo que es. Y Charlotte, la C1. Más curación. Más ataque a Charlotte, por lo tanto más daño y más curación. A ver esta. Aumentar daño y energía. ¿Y esto? Un ataque coordinado. Más daño y ataque, pues. ¿Qué arma? Viva, vas a ataque. Y eres ultidependiente. A lo mejor esto. Bueno, no ultidependiente. Bueno, ese es un healer ultidependiente. Favonius sí o sí. O podría hasta hacer esto. Ojo del juramento yo lo veo como un arma recomendable. El pergamino. Es un daño adicional al falso al ataque, pero esto es para DPS. Carta náutica, ¿para qué quieres maestría? Esto, ¿para qué quieres maestría? Y los elementales. Favonius siempre, sinfonía. A no ser que le quieras DPS. Esta cosa. Para la energía y curación, sí. La vida muy XD. Esta cosa es más daño. O el ataque sí. ¿Cuántos de Dodocos? Para DPS. Este. Eh, yo pienso que lo mejor es esta. Si tiras elemental, ulti. Y que en esos 10 segundos, pues recargas suficiente energía. Con esto digo que con que tengas 130, 40 en Charlotte. Y con esta arma ya será bueno, ¿no? Si la subo, yo le pondré esta. Que la quería para Mona, pero no sé en qué circunstancias voy a subir a Mona. Bueno, si la equipo de una vez. Este... Jugar mi resort de PC. Van XD. Energía NT, aunque consigue energía con sus pasivas. Personajes equipados. No sé qué va viendo todo esto. A ver, la misión de hoy. Por la Conte. Bueno, primero las diarias. O si puedo hacerlo explorando. Nada que se caputen explorando. Después de milenios, volvemos a la aldea Auru. Así por lo menos voy consiguiendo protos de la misión.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Bueno, ahora sí, vamos por Candas.
Adventure Time!
Ahora está por acá. Ahí abajo.
Candace, we're here!
¿Qué hice la última vez? Para acordarme.
Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already
Hablamos
waiting
con los
inside.
ladrones de los eruditos esos locos, creo.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
¿Qué pasa?
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
Hemos hecho cosas peores. Pero
What do you think?
Okay.
Bueno, por lo menos no lo afirmé ni lo negué. ¿Dónde estaba la casa del jefe? A ver. Tú que moriste.
Light it up!
Que nos cuenta el jefecillo.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
Convivencia.
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Sí, damos vuelta por una nación. Nadando por ahí. Buceando, matando peces.
Are you ready? Very well.
Vámonos. ¿Para qué
Are
es
you
el plan?
sure this is gonna work?
Bueno, a este punto ya todos sabíamos lo de Scara.
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try. The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
Cinemática. Esta barra carga siempre es por algo así cinemático. ¿O no?
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Ok. Y nosotros a volar.
Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or
Bueno.
strategy, but I can
Soy
sense
tan
people's
predecible.
emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone quite well.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Entonces vamos a lo que se cuece.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
A matar a un niño robótico.
We stayed
O
behind
a
to tell you
evangelizarlo.
that.
No, ¿cómo se
Although you
dice?
won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to
Evangelizarlo.
remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So you're welcome.
Está bien.
And thank you for taking my advice. Good luck with everything.
Ahora tengo que hablar con los dos un poco, ¿no?
Adventure time.
Porque si no, agarró por otro lado.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Ah, por cierto, la misión anterior del Rey del Red y los tres peregrinos se perdió toda. O sea, el directo se perdió completo. Una mitad lo perdí en Twitch porque no la descargué y la otra mitad, que duraba como 1 hora y media o más, solo quedaron grabados 40 minutos porque se perdió la conexión.
Okay.
I'll hit them.
Y aquí sigo en esto por ahora, va todo bien.
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah. Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not
O sea?
child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to
Clarinete.
boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
Bueno, más o menos.
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front lines.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course.
Parece más
Compared to the
trabajar de encubierto.
mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Well, being a scholar is also
Son
a
unos locos.
high-risk occupation, and you are a scholar.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some...
This guy. Hyman still remembers when those mercenaries in Port...
All
Y tenía razón.
intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment.
Ok. Entonces teníamos loco. Por cumplido.
That reminds me. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was...
Entonces se ve que esta cosa se vuelve loca la
Those
gente.
mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge. But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue
O sea,
from
como
the wrong
los
direction.
noticieros de la actualidad. No saben ni que están entrevistando.
The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution
Bueno,
that
en la
occurred in
realidad
the
eso es
desert
algo que
thousands of years
puede
ago?
pasar todos los días. Salvo el Eleazar, pero eso puede ser una enfermedad de turno.
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering in the sandstorms. At least, that's what Tainari told us. Wait a second. Could it be that?
¿Qué? ¿No es así?
You've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is huge!
Matar dos pájaros de un tiro.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole, the world forget me thing?
Sí.
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save to make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of our preparatory work.
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
Y eso es en... ¿Cómo se llama? Ah, bueno, donde nos reunimos otra vez. Donde nos dieron resguardo.
Adventure time!
They're here.
Hay una cápsula.
Huh? What are they doing here?
I gave them some technical work to do.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work
Sí,
going?
bro.
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extraction? What are you doing with those?
Usarlos, ¿no?
Look here.
Huh? More can knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into her head again?
Ay, qué raro suena eso.
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious.
Ese no parecía tener esa cara cuando se los compramos a Dory.
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule.
¿Cómo qué?
Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most important part of all of this.
Primero dime, ¿qué significa convicción? ¿Convencer?
Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Voy a
Yes.
explotar una neurona.
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand, but trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. It's best because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel...
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine
Creo.
this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements. Now, open your eyes.
Voy a hacer un mundo...
Here,
What's this?
read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head
Hey.
okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this?
Ni yo lo
Paimon
entiendo.
doesn't get.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them
Vamos a
is
enviar esto a
nothing
la
short
Akasha.
of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. And this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool? A machine?
Cyborg, más o
A
menos.
slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting.
Things you're
O sea.
interested in are really out there. Are all
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few modifications.
Ok. Ahora seremos ingenieros de teléfonos, telefonía. Llámeme ingeniero viajera. Haremos un dispositivo de control mental como el del doctor. O no sé si era control
I
mental,
thought
más que
we
nada era
agreed
algo
on a
que le hace creer a la
plan.
gente.
How
No sé.
can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and recognize the innate advantage.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Alhaitham's plan is even more
Entonces
radical
no
than
irá.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, had I known
Y
Al
luego.
Hatham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire.
Oh.
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Y eso es.
How can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as
Entremos
a
por
big group.
Baranara.
There is
That also
Ya lo
sounds
dejé
like
ver tú.
something Al Hatham told.
Doesn't Al Hatham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me. There is no perfect plan. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my...
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to... I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a
Entonces-
Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you...
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like...
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
I knew you would say that.
Entonces, queremos.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our friends. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us your support. We will show you the determination of...
Well,
Ok.
now that you've put it that, but remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Kent, since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those of King Deshret. Everyone's life is equally important.
Okay, you have a deal. Let's...
La libertad.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
Negociar, ¿qué les voy a dar? Moradas. Veamos.
Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
¿Qué título tan largo tiene este tipo? Mercenario del regimiento de los 30 estacionado en el Carabazar Ribat.
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain al-Ahmar. This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority desert operation.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them
Ay, que
immediately.
falta un escuadrón. Un ejército.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Sí, es chistoso. O lo intenta, mejor dicho.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamatra? Even if that guard doesn't know, their
Si
superiors
hablan más bajo, no
might,
pasará eso.
right?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention.
No entendí.
No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference.
Si la gente lo sabe,
I agree.
sabrán que algo anda mal, ¿no?
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
Como que lo apagan en mi presencia.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia
Hello?
firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predicted?
Ahora es filosófico.
Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to
siempre sé
your
lo que
real
pensaba,
life, but
o lo que
decisive
debía.
and principled. You were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure it.
Sé
But
que
now,
por ser tan serio
you've
y
joined a team,
solitario era predecible.
and I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially... The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the past.
Yes.
Whew. Paimon's so glad that this is settled.
Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
De seguro estaba comiendo cosas.
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
Sí, ya no viendo hace rato.
Mahamatra,
We were not expecting your presence here.
Ese ni está moreno, está naranja.
I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District. My name is Luxembargo.
Luxembargo.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me. The construct next to her is for her work.
Máquina.
Beep! Construct, beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Más o menos.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Se supone que los derribaremos a ellos.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map.
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
Listo. Supongo que nos toparemos con
Maybe
ellos.
hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back against
Cuando
that
todo el
massive
pelotón
pillar
vaya
of
por
power.
a atraparlos,
Get ready.
los patearemos.
We will move out in 2 days.
Dos días virtuales. Mira, te puedo hacer muchas cosas, pero no hay tiempo de lamentos.
Adventure time.
Esto está donde baja. Bueno, tocará adelantar el reloj. Mañana y pasado mañana. Pongo la medianoche.
It's time for the operation. Let's go meet Sino in the desert.
Hora de ir para allá. Ahí están ellos. Aquí los pateamos, se supone.
Look, over there. Our helpers have arrived already. Let's hurry over.
Wait a moment.
Oh, it's you.
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me. Now let's head over there.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
¿Y hacemos
We
qué?
meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive. They are our only leads for the case. If they die, we will be unable to continue the investigation.
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Y ahora,
Oh? What a warm welcome! What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not interested in a deal.
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales. If you value your life, I advise you to surrender.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia? I can't believe you came all this way just to catch us.
I'm not here to talk.
Oh. Nobody's
Pues
given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood.
supongo que yo pelearé como normal.
Gather!
Advance! Rally!
Qué buen ataque.
Who wants some of this? Bam! This is order.
Está.
Stabilize. Charge! Gather! Pull in! Everyone on me!
I'm going in!
It's showtime!
Cortar.
Let's roll! Ha!
It's over.
Herido de pie.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related...
Ya los veo de
You
pie.
pitiful Dendro Archon dogs! You'll regret this!
I'm afraid you'll regret it first.
King Jeshred will curse you, and you will all!
Silence!
Oh,
Catapult.
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General Maha...
Yes, sir!
Nos lleva un camión.
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please come to Caravan Rebot and ask for me.
Understood. You are dismissed.
Bueno, salió todo conforme al
Where
plan,
did
parece
they
ser.
go?
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes, things went perfectly.
Ahora la
That's
parte que sigue.
fantastic! And that punch you gave Ramon there sure looked convincing enough.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport. I promise.
Yeah, you're the reason why everything went so well.
It's not the time to celebrate yet. I believe Dia should all go join up with her. She will need you to introduce her to...
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse to work?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my message alone should be enough to bring him to our side.
Espero que tenga
He
razón.
knows I won't make jokes. If
Bueno,
we
si
need
tirar
help,
no parece mal la persona.
Tainari is the best option. Get ready for the next phase of the plan. Don't keep them waiting.
Eremitis no cree. ¿Cómo que Eremitis?
Bam! Order guide you.
si le puse temporalmente el loco lo dejo más only. Otro chapilelo. Troco, plam. Ya tener un poco más de deseos. Sueña, pero... Y áreas hechas. O con este obtendré uno. Sí, la cago, pero no creo que la acabe hoy, es la misión. Algo que no hice fue ver tampoco el trailer de la nueva versión. Ya que el que dije que vería ver en el anterior directo lo vi por fuera.
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling in late.
Ya no sé de importancia, yo solo sé que iba a dar un plan.
In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some clothes shopping.
Como ropa, ahora.
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep you waiting.
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of.
A little bit.
I just like seeing that serious look on your face. Alright, I'll stop. All joking aside,
Palabras,
I'm glad
tenemos así,
you're
¿no?
here. Let's get moving and take care of this as soon as possible.
But where should we start?
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
Patadas en el yoyopo y que se duerma.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh, he really gives Paimon the creeps.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that.
Okay.
According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, we'll make any necessary adjustments to it. The sages have placed
Pues venir
spies
acá, no,
everywhere
no
on the
sé qué
other
les
side of
puso
the
lo que te
wall.
acuerdo, ¿no?
I'll follow you as a bodyguard. You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone you know.
Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill,
Oh,
I
qué
guess...
How much more do you want? Paimon's not sure we can afford it.
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must look lovely when they smile.
Okay.
Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried.
Alivia muchas penas.
Looking good. I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm. There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile. Let's go. It's time to...
Hey. Vamos a eso, debería irme con un equipo más canónico. Aunque importa un cheto. Como el Hiperbro. Aunque solo estas dos son canónicas. Evangelion y Nagida. Veamos. Hola, Tignari.
Tainari!
Empieza a llover.
Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Hey there.
Jeje.
This is our friend Tia. She's an Aramite mercenary.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important. Please help us out.
Necesitamos info.
All right. Then follow me. This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby.
Y tampoco nos mojamos.
Okay. What is this important thing you want to ask me? The doctor.
Sí, él mismo nos habló del
He's
inicio.
that strange
Somero.
looking Fatui Harbinger with a mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Paradis DI just a little while ago.
O sea, anda cerca de por aquí.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was
okay.
about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met, but your answer is very important to us. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say?
Yes.
I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia. Okay. I'll answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to tell me everything that's happened.
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried that we might have made it all up?
Y tal vez, no
Despite
sé.
having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the traveler, and Sino, none of you strike me. You don't need to tell me
Pues
anything
crees
you
bien.
don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
La loca.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent.
Pero con ella.
So you mean you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something
Okay.
important. To that end, I made a final trip to Paradis DI. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Oye, así no hablaba en el taller este. De una noche entre no sé qué.
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you've recruited many informants. But you're right. Hypatia has indeed been
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How unbefitting.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most advanced and effective treatment.
Después de todo es un
I
doctor.
will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery.
A no
Would
ser, a
that
no
be
ser que le haga un
agreeable
colei.
to you?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the academia. Her situation has not become dire enough. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently, your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass.
Okay.
I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I've come to detest.
Los créditos. están los enigmitas, luego los créditos.
It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's confident in himself and his abilities to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him.
No creo.
I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic.
Puede que piense hacerlo por la mala. Es lo que me vuelo.
I see, I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. I must say, you are not like what I had expected. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today. What with her most... Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said. You're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with... And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Y se va.
Paimon can't help but feel like he's hinting at some...
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. From his tone, I can sense that he's always looked down.
I can barely believe it myself. But if that's true, the situation will be in our favor.
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky.
Sorry we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started...
¿Por qué?
Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and assist him with his research.
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and the tone are both familiar. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. 1 dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for a rainy day.
Vaya tipo de lenguaje y se da cuenta de eso.
This has been a habit of his for many years. But I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe...
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia, to investigate this.
I'd like to ask you to do that for me, if you can keep yourself safe. Please withdraw immediately at the first hint of danger.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be involved with it. If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove my... If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
O sea, este tiempo que yo estuve en la
we've got
academia.
a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from the Academia.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The Academia, yes. But my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end, it's still caught up.
I see. So you noticed something was up with the Academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all of this. In which case, I must keep my promise and help you however I can. Also, if you run into Sino again, Please help me pass on a message to him. Trust your own senses and experiences.
Okay.
I think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this. Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left party?
That way.
Gotcha.
Por la salida
Thanks so
principal.
much. We'll be on our way.
O sea, que no lo busquemos. Bueno, ya se entepé.
According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth.
Sí, como en el trailer de esta versión, lo vio en el
He
barco.
also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean by that? We need to be extra just to be safe. Let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went. How can we start chasing him?
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find leads as we go. All you have to do is just follow me. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces.
Y encontró el rastro.
Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is.
Y que a lo mejor sepa que le vamos a seguir.
Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought.
Que prometo fue tu guitarra más que obvio.
We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos? They're going to leave by boat?
Pues no será en avión.
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look for ourselves.
Y para ir a pie tiene que llegar a Fontaine, que yo sepa. Vamos allá. Ok. Y el barco por donde cruza toda la vuelta a Sumeru, toda la vuelta al desierto.
Look! Fatui soldiers!
Sí.
Thanks to Dia's tracking skills, seems we found the right place.
Shh! Don't draw their attention. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnaya
sigilo.
Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him. It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday, but his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
Bueno, por aquí lo voy siguiendo, por aquí no ven mucho, metiendo ahí a un soldado por acá arriba. Ahí está, doctor.
The doctor is on that boat.
Hundamos el barco.
So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him. This place will do. We can hide here while we keep an eye on the boat.
A lo mejor sabe que haremos eso. Me vuelvo a que sí.
Uh-oh. He saw us.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
Algo huele
It's
feo.
time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
You mean there's nobody with him?
And where are all the soldiers we saw on the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
Es una ilusión.
So this was a trap. Wait, don't tell me that.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away. And if I couldn't...
Oh no! Are you saying they're going to kill her?
Let's go!
Pero se fue en barco. ¿O era toda una ilusión?
Pardis DI is not a place you Fatui can just show up and do as you please.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in Pardis DI for research purposes.
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar like yourself. I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Pardis DI now, I'm pretty sure you're not just looking for herbs.
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing about keeping a low profile. I may be staying at Pardis DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a Forest Watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so much to Sumeru.
Then it seems our conversation has hit an impasse.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
Nice is spicy.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
Outlines your...
There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming!
Yeah, Tainari! Beat him up!
Brain cutter! Our bond is strong!
This way, Furina!
The doctor's orders are absolute!
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now!
Witness the power of good one!
This isn't good.
I'll settle this!
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak around and attack from behind.
Vuelve a llover.
Got it! here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken in.
Por ahora. A no ser que sea otra ilusión.
Well, how is she? Oh, that's good.
Aquí nadie entra. ¿O sí?
So, you think this is over?
¿O no?
What? The Balladeer is here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI and made contact with Hypatia. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
Para ella, sí, cómo no.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Balladeer, right? That's impossible.
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch. I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, Traveler!
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details. Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me? Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. Yes. What is it? Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this.
Tal vez.
What do you mean?
Pues creo que no sé
Those
por decirlo.
words almost make you sound like a friend who actually cares. But you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is what gives it value.
Bueno, eso tiene sentido.
All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should have been erased a long time ago. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me,
Bueno,
just what
eso habla
has this
poco de
work done
sentido.
for you to protect
Venimos
it
buscando a
with
nuestro
such
hermano
zest and
y
conviction?
solo arreglemos problemas.
I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking and sense the depth of your determination. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Ah, you've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, I think you'd feel the same way.
Pues no lo sé.
She peered into my
Bueno,
consciousness
por ella sí, pero por ti no.
and saw my past. Someone like that is qualified to become my first follower. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory. You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon, you'll know what kind of authority you're challenging. Who wants to hurt my devout follower? The doctor wants to hurt my first follower? How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing discord?
Espera verlo.
The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the new god. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift, just like my expression of affection towards Hypatia. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be reasonable.
Oh, okay.
Paimon hears thunder! That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while. Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger! Let's go! Tainari and Dia still must be...
Sí, ¿cómo se llama? La visión de Raiden. Digo, la gnosis de Raiden. Guardallar. ¿Por dónde brinco? Shit, Ignari está electrocutado. What?
Oh! Have the Fatui retreated? Hey! What happened to you?
He's hurt.
I'm fine. Ow!
Solo está afectado por electrocutado.
Don't move. I've seen eremites get struck by lightning before. You need to rest.
Struck by lightning?
Aquí solo te afecta por electrocución.
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone, almost as if it were alive. Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn to shreds by the bolts of lightning.
Se convirtieron en
With
brochetas
that,
Fatui.
all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat. Why are you sorry? It's all right. I'm sure you also never expected this to happen.
¿Eso es
Don't
una bendición
blame
para que voy a
yourself.
tocar ahora? No lo sé.
My wound aside, you look like you've seen something unpleasant. Is Hypatia all right?
Hey, didn't I tell you not to move?
Pues está de pie.
Just in case, let's go to Hypatia's place and talk about things there.
Nice baby. Un tormentón.
Thank goodness, she's fine.
Zip.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself first?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal. I'll be all right.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
Zip.
I know. They always think they can push through the pain.
let me rest for a bit. Sorry, traveler.
No
Now
problema.
you may start.
So that's what you were talking to the balladeer about? Oh, Paimon can't believe what he's thinking.
Sí, fue completamente
The
directo.
Academia's God creation plan. How ridiculous.
Yep.
That sounds, ambitious, I guess? Anyway, this is all way beyond me. As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I'll only work when I have to.
Creo que no tiene mucho que ver con lo que acabamos de decir, ¿o sí?
I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party's DI.
Menos ambiciones y tiene una visión.
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for your help back there.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to and left Sumeru in a hurry. Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the balladeer. Is that why they tried to seize Hypatia?
O sea, ¿por qué? Porque lo hace por sus propios principios.
You said the balladeer claims that Hypatia has seen his past.
Have you noticed? The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider himself as his equal.
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer zap him with lightning?
Based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
Pero que se vaya solo.
In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan. The doctor is out of the picture now.
Bueno, no creo, porque pues sí, el trailer lo vi.
Yay! That's a big accomplishment!
I'm also happy for you.
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Party's DI. Traveler, it's about time we rendezvous with the others at the Grand Bazaar. Let's continue to keep a low profile. You can head there once you're ready.
Oh, okay.
You can just focus on your plan. Leave Hypatia to me. My wound is not going to get in the way. Okay. Guess I'll sit still for a little.
Creo que estará bien. Me llevo todo esto para quién sabe quién. Ah, pero se sigue lloviendo. Bueno, está nublado. Bueno, estoy lloviendo pero sin rayos, parece ser. Bueno, antes de que la hora cambie al siguiente día, debo reclamar los de las diarias. Porque no era local, creo que cambia a las 2 o a las 3.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Y de momento sigo en farmeo de moras. Y compartir la resina. tenéis. Ahora hasta las 19 horas. Bueno, primero con el herrero. Soy yo, esto se ve diferente. Recibir curación para Freminet. O sea, por efecto tengo todas las armas de la forja de Fontaine, pero las de Sumeru son todas por los Aranara. ¿Cuáles? No sé, pero nomás tengo el de la espada. Debo buscar una guía de los Aranara. Monta la lanza de Sumeru. Digo, de Fontaine. Está el arco. El mandoble. La espada ligera. El catalizador. No hay lanza. Bueno. Pon a forjar las cosas. Pero tengo piedritas. Y estas las usaré. El argento estelar sirve para la espina lanza y el eterno. Y no creo que los busque. Por ahora. Y la ágata. A lo mejor esto es borrefino esto. Pero por ahora no. Hasta que vaya a mejorar de ella. Pero es al día siguiente, ¿no? No, es el mismo día. A ver, ahora qué sigue en nuestro plan salvador.
All right, everyone is here.
How did everything go? Any luck with your missions?
Let's report back one by one. I'll start first. We've made the necessary modifications to the Akasha terminal. In addition, the props required are also ready.
I'll go next. The Traveler and I went to Party's DI. The situation was a bit complicated, but we found Tainari. Unfortunately, he was wounded during a fight.
Who was behind it?
Well, that's the tough part. What should I say, Traveler? The Fatui or the Balladeer? After some back and forth, we confirmed that the doctor has left Sumeru by boat. He has something urgent to attend to back in Snezhnaya. So, we've successfully removed the doctor from the picture. Also, Tainari's already resting, so he'll be...
Good.
Oh, Tainari also asked us to tell you this message. Trust your own senses and experiences.
All right. Everything also went smoothly on my side. The Eremites should have arrived at their destination by now. To avoid alerting the quarry, they will stay there for now.
I can't believe you actually got so many Eremites into Sumeru City.
Zip.
It's all thanks to Rahman and his brave team, as well as their bold strategy.
It appears to have been very effective. I'm glad to hear it. Well, is that everything? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.
Huh? Wait, you mean that's...
Well, what else is there to discuss?
Shouldn't you end with some words of encouragement? You know, to fire us up now?
Personally, I'd rather we all go home and get some...
I'll hate them, you... Ugh.
Oh, and if you wanted someone to say something to that effect, then I must reiterate that I'm here to strategize and not to lead. So you should find someone more suitable to do that.
But I thought all of you academia big shots were great speakers.
Then I should remind you that I'm the scribe.
I know that. So what?
A scribe is responsible for recording meetings, not speaking.
Fine, whatever. Well, Sino doesn't seem to be much of a talker either. I guess that leaves it to my employer.
Employer?
Yep. The Traveler hired me. That's right. So come on, boss. What do you have to say for the team?
Yeah! Say something to boost morale!
Huh? What are you all doing here?
Huh?
Oh, it's Nilu!
Hey, everyone. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
Not at all. I was actually just about to go find you.
Judging from the group and all your serious faces, you were discussing something important. But you also look like you're up to no good. Seems pretty interesting.
Sí, una familia muy rara.
Welcome, Nilu. Would you like to join us?
Huh? Join you? You mean, you also want to discuss something important with me?
Yes. Something very important. Nilu, are there any breaks in your performance schedule in the upcoming days?
Huh? Wait, you're seriously
Que
inviting
sí,
me?
niña, que sí.
I can't believe my ears. You are truly the bravest and most passionate people of Sumeru. Well, that
Haremos
I've
una
ever
rebelión.
met. Oh, right. The Traveler and Paimon are not from Sumeru, but you are awesome as well.
Bueno, esas palabras dichas de esa forma no quiere decir que somos del lugar.
That's right!
Eso.
I must admit that I'm a little scared, but I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali. If I can somehow use my abilities to help you, then count me in.
Qué simpática.
Remember.
Okay. I'll get my friends at the Grand Bazaar to help us tomorrow.
Just remember not to say too much.
Yep, you got it.
All the preparations are done. Now, can we finally conclude this meeting?
So, have you thought up what you'd like to say, boss?
Yep. It's a grand plan and we're all super awesome!
Well
Palabras
said.
de aliento.
A good night's rest before an operation.
Thankfully, I've had my place to myself recently. It's been nice and quiet.
¿Qué hará la Zen cuando está solo en casa?
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Alright, let's all go home and get a good night's sleep so we can be.
Okay. So I guess that means it's time to say goodnight now.
Yep! Good night, everyone!
2 días. Era por si acaso hay alguna pelea que se activa. Pondré el equipo de Jutao. Recuerda, cambia las armas. Reformé la build de esta cosa. Y tiene poca vida, más daño crítico, menos recarga y... En algunas situaciones se me dificultó cargar la ulti. Bueno, esta cosa está full vida. Dos días inorgánicos, otra vez. Ah, pero a las 8 AM, idiota.
Today is the Academia's Niagarbaha Day. We can finally put our plan into action.
Hora de hacer cositas.
Our Hatham should be waiting for us. Let's go to the Academia and find him.
Hello, you two. Sleep well?
No.
Not really. Hyman got too nervous thinking about today and didn't fall asleep until the sun. What about you all, Hatham?
Naturally, I slept just fine. After all, a good rest should be considered part of the plan, since energy is an important resource.
You just want to show off how calm you are.
¿Y eso es malo?
It's crucial to
Ninja
dissipate
volador.
any tension before we execute our plan.
The only thing you're doing is being annoying.
Anyway, do you need me to go over the game plan again? Our target is Grand Sage Azar's office. Everyone in the Academia knows that's where the Grand Sage's console is. Only they can operate it.
Mientras no tenga control por huella dactilar, estaremos bien.
Many restricted commands and operations are executed via that console. I'm sure that console has a way to free Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You know, Hyman's been thinking, what kind of technology could let the sages imprison even a god?
That isn't something they could have accomplished with their scholarly talents alone. In the sanctuary of Suristhana, there's a device of Greater Lord Rukadevata's that she once used to isolate herself while meditating.
Un plano de la Eutimia, pero... ¿real? O sea, un lugar físico.
500 years ago, the Grand Sage at the time modified the device so that it can no longer be controlled from the inside. They were effectively trapping one god with the power of another.
So, how are we gonna get to the Grand Sage's office?
Don't forget, today is Nyagarbaha Day. Arguably, the sages and core academia personnel are busy loading the latest batch of research developments and legal decrees into knowledge capsules so that they can be entered into the Akasha. All the Darshan's researchers have their noses to the grindstone, and the Academia's grounds are flowing with all sorts of people. It's the perfect time for an when the Grand Sage leaves his office to supervise the entering process. That's our cue to access the console and free the Dendro Archon. Well, yes. That's just the visible side of our plan, after all. If precedence holds, the Academia should have already started preparing for Nyagarbha Day.
Everyone should be in position. All that's left is for us to lead the charge.
Let's go.
So are we just gonna walk in through the front door, or?
Yes. Were you expecting a stealthier approach?
Por la alcantarilla.
Paimon can't think of a good comeback. Alright, it's all on Alhaitham if things go south.
Pollito. ¿Qué dijo Paimon? Busquemos a alguien de los Ketrubi, no sé.
Scribe? Please, wait. Are you Scribe Alhaitham?
That's me. Is something the matter? I'm in a hurry.
No. I was just surprised to see you here. I had heard that the sages were looking for you not long ago, but I didn't
Mejor
know
que no lo
what
sepa
for.
este niño.
And, also, please don't bring outside guests into the Academia.
Outside guests? How did you arrive at such a conclusion? Your groundless inference shames the Haravatat Darshan.
What did you say? I'm the top student in Haravatat, and I earned 3rd place at the last Inter-Darshan debate. Don't look down on me.
Okay.
That wasn't my intention. As your Haravatat senior, I just assumed that you possessed a greater aptitude for critical thinking. Look, based on what you already know, the purpose of my return and the reason they're here should be obvious.
Is that so? Wait a moment. Let me think.
Oh.
Don't tell me the answer.
No te quemes mucho, bro.
The sages search for you. A blonde-haired traveler. Outside guests. So, from the start, the sages weren't looking for you, but this traveler? And you were gone from the Academia for so long because...
Hey, shh. Yes, you've proven yourself as the top student in Haravatat. I surmise you've arrived at the correct conclusion.
As I expected. Please, forgive me. I wasn't thinking clearly just now. Thank you for getting me back on track.
No será un soplón, ¿verdad?
It's nothing. We'll be on our way then.
All right. Thank you for your contributions to the Academia, Scribe.
Parece que no.
What the heck just happened now? What did he just guess?
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You have no idea?
Mm-hmm. He convinced himself of whatever truth he came up with. That is the so-called pride of a scholar. If someone questions their academic facility, they will instantly feign understanding to keep up. Nowadays, the Academia is rampant with this type of scholar. Their obvious farces of intellect only serve to highlight themselves as fools.
Wow. So there are special ways to deal with smart people. We don't even need to make up our own...
We shouldn't waste any more time. It would be problematic if we missed our window of opportunity. Let's go.
El erudito de las Bubiri. What's the diff? Espera, ese nombre me suena, pero no me acuerdo de qué misión es. Espera, pero esta es una misión. Secundaria. Y él es después, bro.
Take it easy.
Is this the Academia's library?
Indeed. Known as the House of Dana, it is quite possibly the most extensive special collections library in...
There are a lot of students going through here. Is it really okay just to waltz right in?
The Academia marches to a fast beat, especially since it's Nagarbaha Day. They're all occupied with their own matters. Just act natural. Now, hurry along.
Hay guardias aquí.
What's this platform for?
It's a lift that Academia personnel use to access higher floors.
Are we gonna take it then? The Grand Sage's office is up there somewhere.
Pues ese elevador antes no funcionaba.
No, not right now. We can't guarantee that we won't run into the Grand Sage. Let's step back and observe for now.
You think the Grand Sage will exit from there? And after he does, we'd sneak past him? Oh, Paimon thinks that's really dangerous.
Who knows?
Se
However, if we can confirm Azar's current location, our operation will be much...
Allow me to offer you a hint. If you wish to know his location, look behind you.
What's Grand Sage Azar doing here?
Do not tell me you believed the Academia would not grow suspicious of you after such a prolonged absence, scribe. An eyewitness had informed me of your whereabouts, so I came to personally welcome you.
Grand Sage, I didn't expect you to care so much about me. I'm truly flattered.
I'm sure, but compared to you, I am far more interested in these two unexpected guests. You are the Traveler and Paimon, correct? It's a pity that only now have I been afforded the opportunity to formally meet two of Sumeru's most esteemed guests. I do apologize for my lack of decorum. Excellent. You immediately initiated discussion instead of attempting to prepare some perfunctory excuse. You clearly understand the situation at hand and have no intention of making a reckless stand. The foot traffic here renders this place unsuitable for discussion. Please, follow me to my office.
This place is crawling with guards. There's no way out for us.
All right then, Traveler. What did you wish to discuss with me? Today is Niagarbaha Day, so I still have many responsibilities to attend to. There is little time for idle chit-chat before I detain you all. You seem to know quite a bit about our endeavors. If that is so, then you should be praising our great work rather than using your trivial misgivings in a futile attempt to sway me.
Trivial?
Then tell me, what do the Fatui want from me? Worthless. Those are all completely worthless. Benefits, divine power. These materialistic words do nothing but debase our great work. Creating a god. Yes, we are using human wisdom to create a god. If humanity cannot attain omniscience and omnipotence, then we shall create a god to reveal them. This is the pinnacle of human wisdom. We shall regain a god's guidance at long last. No longer will we flounder in the interminable void of consciousness and knowledge. Even Ermin's soul will be freed from its plight. For our nation of scholars, this is the ultimate aspiration. No cost is too great to realize it. You will never understand the rapture of having a god be born within your very hands. With your degree of knowledge, you cannot even comprehend such an emotion. Gods exist on a plane that far eclipses humanity's. Lesser Lord Kusanali, what can she even do? Care for the people? Fend off sandstorms? Fabricate silly fairy tales? These are but child's play for the academia. Does that make us equal to the gods? We are a people favored by Greater Lord Rukadevata. Though I may have personally not seen it, our forefathers bore witness to true wisdom. The ascension of the Lesser Lord has brought nothing but bewilderment to the scholars. They all ask, is that truly what true? With that in mind, it is better to keep her isolated in the sanctuary of Suristhana, so our academy will not become embroiled in turmoil.
Justification. Do you really think that only the super smart or powerful should be able to call themselves gods?
As per your judgment, Grand Sage, they are indeed dangerous individuals. Not only are they acting against the academia, but their ideologies have the potential to lead scholars astray. Looks like there really was merit in my assignment.
Are you talking about us?
Anyway, I've brought them to the academia as ordered, but it took some time and trouble. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the investigation report you had requested. It's a summary of my time spent with the Traveler. An array of information about her ready for your perusal.
Oh, hey them! So you're still on the academia side! We finally started to trust you!
Hay truco aquí, yo creo, no sé.
Excellent. Detailed contents with no errors. I would expect nothing less than an as it is Niagarba Hade. I'll enter the information on you into the Akasha. Surely you know what that means.
We'll be monitored, just like Sino.
With the Akasha's calculation prowess, all of your actions will be predicted with an accuracy of at least 98%. Furthermore, your data will be updated in real time whenever new information presents itself. To put it into words you can understand, wherever you go, you will be walking under an invisible leash. This is Sumeru's greatest penalty for dishonest persons. Are you not familiar with the concept that great responsibility begets an equally great suspicion? In any case, you are Sumeru's most concerning external variable. Locking you down will greatly decrease the chance of any undesirable outcome.
You're despicable!
Despicable? Perhaps from your perspective, but I suppose you had mentally prepared yourselves for this, no? Your ploy was to sacrifice the traveler here, was it not?
A la muerte.
Lord Azar, I know what you're trying to say, but I've been following your plan this entire time. Why are you doubting me at this juncture?
Must I delineate your entire plan? Eric, first off, I received an eyewitness report that you were spotted with the traveler to Caravan Rebat. However, you immediately departed for the desert and escaped surveillance range. Judging by the time, you all likely encountered the truant General Mahamatra in the desert.
Maybe Paimon shouldn't have mentioned Sino just now.
The Academia had not received correspondence from its scribe for a prolonged time. You were with their instigation. What was the probability that you would betray the Academia? Rationally speaking, 50%? 70%?
Regardless, that's only a guess. The facts are that I've brought the Traveler right before you, and I gave you my report.
Indeed, your boldness deserves praise. To think that despite status as an outlander, the Traveler is still... If I'm correct, you have a contingency plan to save Lesser Lord Kusanali and ruin our great... Sneak into the Academia on Nia Garbaha Day, using Alhaitham's status as the scribe. For there is a good chance that an opportunity to... Should your intentions be discovered, Alhaitham will turn traitor and sacrifice the Traveler, thus proving his innocence. He can then stay in... As for Sino, according to the Akasha's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia and confront me in person. I suppose this is also...
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say, no? Even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on you all.
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would irreparably damage the Academia's regular operations. However, under the current circumstances, even that is trivial.
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
Sorry.
So flight is turned to fight at long last. Guards!
Negligente. La cápsula.
Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule.
Traitor! You traitor!
Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god in a moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me, Alhaitham? Unfortunately for you, no god will lend you their power.
Azar!
He has gone completely insane. Take him to the Matra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Nyagarbha Day. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
Otro Kishi. Pero yo me quedé adentro, ¿no? Ahora es un perro faldero.
Oh, yeah. Paimon got a bit carried away there. How was Paimon acting just now? Great, huh? Everything's going according to plan so far. We made it into confinement, and Alhaitham's probably done with his part too. We even managed to trick Grand Sage Azar. Alhaitham sure knows how to cook up a plan. What are we doing next? Paimon has trouble remembering things when she's worked up. Right. Paimon thinks it went something like this.
Habrá que buscar la alcantarilla, pues qué cosa dale.
Apart from that, we still have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation, which is to send the Traveler to the confinement room.
What? Why do we want to get her locked up on purpose?
She's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to the successful implementation of their plan. They are very aware of the risk she poses to them. Once the Traveler is imprisoned, the sages will likely think that everything is under control. And with their guard down, the next phase of our plan will have a much higher chance of success.
I can already see the pompous looks on their faces.
Oh, that's a super tricky plan. But Paimon still thinks it's not really worth it.
That isn't the only reason, of course. She has a more important task once she's in confinement. According to the Academia scholars in Ramon's custody, Lesser Lord Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the Akasha ever since she was captured by the Doctor. That way, they can't pry any more information from her.
Por cierto, ¿qué fue de la Catherine? O sea, sé que está en el gremio, pero la capturaron también, ¿no?
Even if we break into the sanctuary of Surasthana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness. We need to do that in advance.
So our job is to wake up Nahida! Okay, totally worth getting thrown in jail for.
The confinement room is inside the Academia, close to the sanctuary of Surasthana. It's a completely enclosed space, and you won't be receiving any visitors. I'll work with Ramon's scholars to make some modifications to your Akasha terminal. Once you're in, get as close as you can to Lesser Lord Kusanali and try to connect to her consciousness. However, as for whether she'll actually wake up, that will depend on our luck.
Yo que sale bien.
Oh, no wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. It's the one that Alhaitham modified. Paimon thought they'd take our Akasha terminals when they locked us up in here. Were they being careless?
No pensaron en eso, yo creo.
Alright, so what now? Sounds easy enough. We can finally talk with Nahida after all this time. Let's do it. There's a light flashing on your Akasha terminal. It's almost like... the faster it blinks, the better the signal.
No sé por aquí.
Whoa, it's Mora. Ooh, Mora. No, Paimon, we're not here to hunt for treasure.
Se detuvo el brillo. Lento. El brillo está lento. Por aquí, cerca por aquí.
Here? No signal again. Is it getting jammed?
Qué mala señal, de seguro es Movistar. Moras.
Here? No signal again. Is it getting jammed?
¿Qué debo seguir dando vueltas? O treparme a algún lado. Ya no brilla. No. No veo progreso. Nope. A ver, ya di mucha vuelta. Y siempre vería igual. ¿Qué se supone que debo hacer ahora? Ya. Y le conté por encontrarlo.
Eh? Is this the right spot? Are you getting anything? Please work.
Debo usar estas hojas como una antena.
Nahida!
Despierta.
Hey, Nahida!
Ahí tiene una piedra. Está dormida como caballo.
When did it first start? Oh, right. It started from the moment I was born. I wanted to become a worthy Archon. So I've kept studying. Kept listening to my people and their hearts. Kept looking for a way to save Irminsul. So I can catch up. Catch up to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But I'm stuck in the sanctuary of Surasthana. The sages are creating a god to replace me. And I'm forced to lock my consciousness in this boundless darkness. Nahida! Nahida!
Un cracablamum.
It's so quiet here. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever actually listened to my own. Do Archons have them? Should Archons have them? Have I been doing the right thing? Am I really not needed? How do I really feel about all of this? It's so quiet here.
Since you're the god of wisdom, you've known the answers to all these questions since the very beginning, haven't you?
Who are you? Whose voice is that? You're right, though. I won't ignore my own voice anymore. Nahida!
Es la música de la guardia de Stormterror o similar.
Nahida?
Yeah.
Wake me up? Thank you. Why are you here?
We're here to rescue you. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Ojalá si fuera siempre que hablara esa cosa.
When I think of everything that's happened to me, I feel really angry now.
You should have been angry ages ago.
to wake up Nahida. Paimon was listening for any sounds outside. You were out for a long time. There are fewer and fewer scholars going about now. You think everyone's done with their Nyagarba Day stuff? Yep, so that means our next act is Nilu's performance.
Y luego... todos libres. O eso espero.
Nilu, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
I'm sure, and I'm going. You know that I don't like to pass up any opportunity to dance, and this one is especially important.
Esta parte del plan no nos las han dicho, pero seguro ahorita nos la recuerdan.
All right. You seem to have a lot
Con un
of trust
recuerdo
in
en
them,
color
so
sepia.
I won't say more on the subject. But if anything happens,
Don't worry. They've been through worse. Everything's
O si
going
no
to be
aparecemos en
fine.
escena.
All right. You know, if you really do get arrested, we'll do
Thanks, Mr. Zubair. You're so very kind.
Ahora sí estamos con el low. Chale, me dio la flor. Bueno, estamos en una zona de dominio y sí, no hay nada de TP. Ese se ve todo raro así, todo el mapa limpio. Desde que baile de los guamazos de agua. ¿Puedo ver esta info por verla? ¿Dónde?
Nilu, how's it going? Nervous?
Definitely more than usual. But it's because I'm worried I won't dance well enough.
It's okay. Just focus on your performance. We'll take care of everything else.
Son ayudantes solo sí.
You sure know how to talk. Taking all the credit, even though...
Well, thank you both. I'll have to treat you to a meal after all this ends.
Ooh, that sounds great. Huh? How can we say no to that?
All right, let's get back to business. Nilu, we'll be here to keep people from going to the academia, so they don't...
I was planning on telling them something like, the academia's been conducting a weird experiment, and some of their test subjects escaped. It's really dangerous there, so...
Oh, okay. You couldn't think of anything better? Oh well, I guess it...
I think it sounds great. I'm counting on you guys.
Don't worry, it'll be a piece of cake.
Okay. El caballero de las flores.
Hey, Nilu! Sorry, it's great to see you, but I'm really busy right now. Our Bait People Away with Yalda Candies plan is working beautifully. Do you want some candy? We have more than we can give out.
Vihar, thank you so much for doing all of this. And even dressed up as the Knight of Flowers, no less.
Creo que nunca se quite ese traje.
I'll pass on the candy, though. I cut back on sweets in the period leading up to a performance, and I'm about to start one.
You have a point. The stage is cleared and everything's ready, so you can start.
Yeah, thanks to you. I'm really grateful. All right, time to hit the stage.
You're welcome. The honor's all mine, since I'll have such a great view of the show.
Okay. Esto está a punto de ser épico, papus.
I've never seen a performance like this. This is incredible.
Y eso que solo está empezando.
But I heard that public performances like these have been banned. I can't believe she's doing this here.
Grand Sage, there's some commotion outside.
How uninteresting. Issue the new Prohibition Act from the Akasha to the guards. They'll know what to do.
Do you think we should, like, stop her?
Let's just watch for a little bit longer.
Son simpáticos. Pasaron de largo. ¿Y ahora qué?
Did you hear that? It sounds like a lot of guards just ran by.
¿Cómo oímos eso? Si eso es un elevador, ni siquiera es un pasillo.
Does this mean the plan has moved on to the next stage? Yep. It's great that everything seems to be going well. Come to think of it, when did Al-Haytham replace the knowledge capsule that was about to be entered into the Akasha? Oh, so that's when he did it! Paimon was too nervous to notice. Speaking of, didn't Al-Haytham also yoink the divine knowledge capsule from that mercenary leader in Port Ormos when everyone else was distracted?
La que nos mostró, creo que sí lo hizo, ¿no?
It's a time-tested trick of his. Why are we complimenting him? Yeah, he's smart and all, but he still makes Paimon's blood boil.
Pues hasta ahora solo ti.
Let's review our plan for this stage again.
A ver,
It's
¿qué
not like
sigue?
we have anything else to do right now, and Paimon remembers that Nilou's task was supposed to go a bit like this.
Ahora sí, es que nos expliquen lo de Nilou. En un fondo color
Now that
sepia.
Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness has been forcefully sealed, the core figures of the Academia and their guards have started to wear their Akasha terminals again. With the Doctor's technological support, they think they have nothing to fear.
How despicable of them to rely on such a person.
But this is also our chance. I was originally asked to draft the knowledge capsule for the Artistic Performances Prohibition Act when I was still at the Academia. It should be on the Grand Sage's desk right now, and will be entered into the Akasha during the next Nyagarbha Day.
Are they really going to stop all artistic performances? That's horrible!
I'll make an identical knowledge capsule, but this time, I'll smuggle some misleading information into it. We
Lo
only
de la
need
reina
to find an
escapó,
opportunity to switch the capsules. Once it's been entered into the Akasha on Nyagarbha Day, if someone were to be seen performing in public, the sages would definitely use that opportunity to announce the ban. And so, the misleading information will be disseminated amongst the guards.
Sure sounds complicated. But it seems like if everything goes well, we'll be able to get rid of all the guards in the Academia without any effort. That's pretty clever, getting right into their heads.
Sí, todo por la negligencia del gran sabio.
I just have one question. Even if we manage to get the misleading info out to the guards, how can we be sure that they'll believe it?
People who are used to relying on the Akasha become less inquisitive, and their ability to distinguish truth from misinformation is significantly reduced. They will view everything the
Akasha will turn humans into machines. I've seen it happen many times.
Yikes. Good thing I didn't wear it for long when I was working in Sumeru City. At first, I thought it was a good thing too. By the way, this plan still requires a performer, right?
Do you have someone in mind?
Nilou of Zubair Theater. I know her really well. We can trust her. I'm kinda hesitant to ask her to participate in a dangerous plan like this, but we can ask her in person.
Zip.
All right. After the guards in the Academia are gone,
then it'll be time for me and my stowaway brothers to shine.
¿Ahora jugar esa parte o qué? ¿Ahora qué sigue?
Here they come. Did you see that, Raman? They came out from the Academia in droves.
After laying low in the city for so long, this is the moment we've been waiting for. My brother...
We couldn't do anything to them inside their coop. But outside the Academia, this is our hunting ground.
With a lioness like you, the prey sure won't be able to run far.
We still need to eliminate the guards as soon as possible. If we give the sages enough time to realize what's happening,
all they've done is to sit on their cushy salaries and twiddle their thumbs all day while we fought and struggled every day in the desert. The only advantage they might...
Speaking of which, most of the guards who report directly to the Six Sages belong to the Corps of 30, but they have a completely different reputation. Following those blasted sages every whim, throwing away all the principles of being a mercenary. As someone in the same profession, I'm...
Indeed. The trap has been set. Oh.
All right, let's each take a road and herd those scattered guards back into one place. Make sure to attract their attention. Isak will be the key.
You gave such an important task to that child. Will he be okay?
It'll be fine.
Isak?
Isak was so determined to help, so let's put our faith in him. Besides, even if he's caught, the guards would be too scared to do anything to him. They've never seen Lesser Lord Kusanali in person.
You've got a point. Anyway, I think I see them coming.
Good luck.
Bueno, no jugarla, pero sí verla.
This outfit.
Ah, sí, esta escena. Yo no me acuerdo los memes.
Hey, do you remember what you need to do, Isak? When the guards get here, you'll pretend to be Lesser Lord Kusanali and run away from them.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Of course I do. I'm just a little nervous.
Quiero ver reacciones de la gente de esta escena.
Relax. Don't think about getting caught. Even if that happens, we won't leave you behind. You only need to think about getting the guards' attention and leading them to the Grand Bazaar. Leave the rest to us.
Okay, got it. I'm here to pay back Lesser Lord Kusanali for helping Grandpa. I won't get
Yo
cold
pensé que
feet.
esta imagen había sido creada de alguna forma por fuera, o sea...
Hey! They're here! I can see the Academia guards!
All right, it's time, Isak. Take a deep breath and go. You can do this.
Why is there a guard over there? Did he already run ahead of me? This is different from our plan. But there's no time. I need to make a choice.
Porque no lo controlo con el joystick. Bueno, no importa.
Let's have a look behind the house.
Qué conveniente.
What should I do next?
Looks like nothing's here. A wasted time.
Luckily, he didn't check behind the tree. What should I do next? The guard looks alert. What should I do next?
Doesn't seem like anything unusual's around here.
Looks like the guard finally left. I need to go.
Sí, camina hacia él.
Lesser Lord Kusanali is over there! Stop!
Y ahora...
What? Lesser Lord Kusanali? How did I not notice that?
They found me. This is bad.
The target suspected to be Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped into the Grand Bazaar.
Ese era el plan, ¿no?
Where did she go? How did she disappear? Did we lose her? Hurry up and find her!
Hey, why is your team here? Didn't we say to split up our search?
Hurry! Hurry! This place is... Why are you all here?
Yeah, isn't it one heck of a coincidence? Everybody's here. What on earth is going on? I suppose that's all of you? Who are you? Did you set us up? What are you planning?
Phew, that was rough. I almost got caught.
Little brat? So you're not actually Lesser Lord Kusanali. Who exactly are you all? Eremites from the desert?
Just some colleagues. Think of this as a business competition, or a personal grudge. After stepping into our traps, stop thinking of yourselves as hunters. Behave like the prey you are.
Baila,
An ambush? How's that possible? This is Sumeru City, but mercenaries from the desert somehow ambushed us!
You've spent all your time hiding away in the academia. This place has long since become our hunting ground. Brace yourselves!
Ahora peleo con Regia. No. No creo acabar la misión completa, pero creo que estaré casi al final. Casi llegó a las 3 horas.
This is odd. The academia has quieted down after the conclusion of the Niagarbaha Day ceremonies, but it's much quieter than usual. Where are the guards? Why have I not seen a single one? Guards? Guards!
Grand Sage, how may I be of assistance?
I called for the guards. Why did you come?
My apologies, Grand Sage. Right now, all Academia guards have entered the city to perform the ordered arrest. I thought you knew.
Arrest? Who is there to arrest? I have an ominous feeling.
Arrest Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Is that not what the order was?
Lesser Lord Kusanali? You mean she has disappeared?
Yes. I wouldn't dare make up something like that. Right now, everyone is in a panic, and many are saying that Lesser Lord Kusanali will take revenge on us.
What happened? Just what is going on? Lesser Lord Kusanali somehow escaped? Was it Alhaitham and his party that freed her? That's impossible. The Academia is heavily guarded today, and any order to release Lesser Lord Kusanali would be strictly confidential. Besides, Alhaitham and the Traveler are already in our hands. What manner of trickery did they employ? How could it disappear? Wait. How was the arrest order distributed to the guards?
It was issued by the Akasha earlier today. Only you have the authority to send messages like that, so I thought it was your order.
Let me check.
Eso decían las notas.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. Go to the city and arrest the Akasha indeed contains this information, and it clearly appeared in my mind. How did they bypass my permissions to issue this kind of message? Was it the report about the Traveler that Alhaitham submitted? No. I specifically checked that knowledge capsule before entering it into the Akasha. Could that have been a red herring? Well, even if I figure it out now, it won't make any difference. Have you been to the sanctuary of Surasthana to confirm that Lesser Lord Kusanali has indeed escaped?
Confirm? No, I haven't. It may be a bit offensive to say this, but Grand Sage, what you're saying doesn't make an... How can the information in the Akasha be inaccurate? What the Akasha decrees is fact. That is common knowledge to all. If we have to confirm the information and knowledge from the Akasha ourselves, then how is that any different from us learning that information ourselves? Wouldn't Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's legacy lose its meaning that way?
In the beginning, it was I who asked you to believe in the Akasha, to believe in the legacy left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Are you trying to use my words against me?
No, Grand Sage. I'm merely confused because I believe in you. I never meant to refute you.
Stay here and see if there are any suspicious people around. I'll go to the sanctuary of Surasthana on my own.
Yes, Grand Sage.
Parece que todo va tal cual. Quiero protos, quiero protos, quiero Furina.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. Go to the city and arrest the escapee immediately. How can that be? Stop thinking about it. Stop. It must be a trick of theirs. As long as I personally confirm it.
O sea, sí está dentro.
Ah! Impossible. That's impossible. There must be something wrong with my eyes. Oh. She really appeared again? What is the meaning of this?
What a comical sight, Azar. Once the Akasha has put certain thoughts into your head, even the Grand Sage can no longer see what's right in front of him. You all can only see the world in your mind, the one you think you know. And precisely because of this, you disregarded Lesser Lord Kusanali's existence. She has been a wise and worthy Archon.
Sino. Have you been waiting for a chance like this? The Akasha predicted that you would return to the Academia to confront me. But I didn't expect it to turn out like this. I was careless.
No, you were blinded. Your faults stem from your reliance on the Akasha. You're still the same as always.
I truly did not expect a proud person like you to cooperate with Alhaitham and the Traveler.
People change, Azar. Admit it. The Akasha can't predict my actions anymore.
Then tell me, what have you found during your investigation?
You want to buy time? This is the sanctuary of Surasthana. Under your own regulations, even Academia staff are forbidden to come here. No one will come to save you. As for the investigation, I've at least confirmed that you are guilty of insurgency against the Archon. A serious crime.
So what? Did you do all of this so I would plead guilty in front of you, General Mahamatra?
No. I want you to plead guilty in front of the Archon herself. You once said that I had no standing to judge you. So now, how about judgment in the name of a god?
¿Y yo dónde estoy? Ya me durmió el dentro.
How long do we have to wait? Paimon wants to know how things are going out there. Paimon hasn't heard any sounds outside for a while. Hopefully something bad didn't happen. Yeah, but aren't you scared that we might be locked up in here for the rest of our lives?
En esto algún momento se relacionará si eso llega a pasar.
Thinking about it, At least Paimon has you. We could still chat like this.
Antes de volvernos
When
locas.
Paimon thinks of Nahida being imprisoned alone in the sanctuary of Surasthana, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for her.
Here comes your savior.
Yo.
Yeah! Paimon just knew you would come to rescue us!
You two really owe me some big thanks. I had to search through who knows how many guards to find the key here. It felt even more tiring than whacking them. I'm exhausted.
Thanks a lot. Need Paimon to rub your shoulders?
No, that's, I'll pass.
What are you afraid of? Oh, are you ticklish?
Now isn't the time to talk about being ticklish. Things in the city and on Sino's side are both going well. The guards that stormed out of the academia are all taken care of. The Corps of 30 is in charge of the city's defenses, but we already talked to Asfand. They've been fed up with the sages bossing them around. As long as it doesn't break their employment contracts, they'll turn a blind eye.
That's probably because you've been super great friends with them for a long time. So, how's
The Grand Sage is in his custody. Even I know how terrible it is to fall into Sino's hands, so he probably does too. Sino forced him to release Lesser Lord Kusanali. He has no choice but to obey. So, hurry to the sanctuary of Surasthana. We should have already rescued our Archon. Honestly, I didn't expect our ragtag bunch to do this well. We just came together last minute to save the Archon, you know? Alright, you two better go. I still have to clean up some messes in the city. See you around.
Me alcanza la batería, no sé. Luchar contra Scara es esta misión. Y creo que falta algo de tiempo. Hora de... Veamos cómo están las cosas.
Should I say it's nice to meet you? This is the first time we've met in real life. Before, we've only met in dreams, consciousness, or when I was in someone else's body. Thank you so much for coming to rescue me. But I also need to apologize. During this time, I did some self-reflection. My sense of inferiority and yielding to the academia led to all of this, and created so much trouble for you all. Exactly! We're here because you're a good Archon and one of our friends! Thanks, you two. Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own body. It's like I just had an endlessly long dream. I can't even tell if I just woke up or was only now born into this world. My concept of self has become so clear. But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling. This is really embarrassing. You all just rescued an Archon, and now she needs your help to save her country, and even the entire world. It's okay. With you here, Paimon's sure that everything will work out. There's one more thing. What is it?
For all the things the Academia did to me, and for all the folly it committed in the name of wisdom. As their Archon, I will make them pay.
Como debe ser.
That's the spirit! You're finally standing up for yourself and not...
I understand now. To be a better Archon, I first need to better myself. If you haven't even figured out how to be a caterpillar, how can you be a butterfly? Yes, true. That reminds me. I wonder how far we need to hurry and prevent the birth of that false god. I need to make some preparations. Since I'm now free, I can establish a direct link to the Akasha and control it. First things first, I need to remove the restrictions that the doctor put on me in the Akasha. After that, I'll make some adjustments and revoke the sage's permissions. The Akasha will then be like how it originally was. After all, the Academia betrayed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's trust. This might take some time. In the meantime, if we don't stop the God creation plan in time, we'll be in for a tough fight.
18%, no lo voy a acabar ahorita.
Might as well prepare for a fight. When we're done, we can take a walk around. After all, we missed out on a lot of stuff when we were locked up.
Son 16 horas. Ya estoy listo como tal, solo espero que no tome mucho. Creo que se aguanta.
How's it going, Nahida?
I'm done with the parts that needed mine. Although it's my first time working with the Akasha like this, its internal structure and operation procedures... Oh, also, this is for you.
Oh, el juguetito que ataca.
Huh? What's this little floaty thingy?
It's a small device I put together just now. You may not need it right now, but it's...
Wait! This thing has the same characteristics as Paimon!
Paimon 2.0 mejorado.
Small things that float! All the things that make Paimon special got copied! When Paimon appears with the Traveler from now on, people won't remember Paimon because she isn't unique anymore!
It's alright, Paimon. It can't replace you.
Solo flotan de lado a lado.
It's only
Igualito.
a flying device, but you're the Traveler's irreplaceable friend.
You're so good at comforting people, Nahida. If only the Traveler was as smart as you.
I was simply telling you what I feel to be the truth.
Nahida, you're a natural at this. What?
By the way, even though I'm the Archon and in control of myself again, I'm not very good at fighting.
Solo dando bufos.
You may have heard that
Estar
an
contando
Archon's
ese 6.
power is derived from their people's faith. However, I'm not as well loved as Greater Lord. If we get into a situation where combat is our only option, I'll have to count on you, and I'll do my best to provide support. I'm glad I can rely on you.
So the God of Wisdom isn't good at fighting? That actually sounds about right.
I've located where the false god is.
¿Puedo atrás de aquí? No. Tengo que salir manualmente. Si me caigo ya muero, puede que sí. Por favor, que me dé tiempo, que me dé tiempo, que no se me largue la pelea. Por eso hablo con este equipo. Recorre el pasaje. ¿Está afuera o está dentro, hijos de la...? Shit. Bueno, era por allá. Son varias puertas.
What is this place? Is this really the way we need to go? Wow. Who would have thought there'd be a place like this hidden right slap bang in the middle of...
The sages wanted to realize their god creation plan without being discovered. The safest and most convenient...
That's true. They were already hiding one god, so...
Judging from the structure here, the project is a huge undertaking. The sages really saw the god creation planet, but this place doesn't look like it could have been... The Fatui under the doctor sure didn't hold back. They provided a lot of technology.
Yeah, or else they wouldn't have been that generous.
Is that it, though? I've always felt that this doctor, instead of being interested in the end product...
The Fatui Harbingers are all such weirdos.
So... this Fatui that they're trying to turn into a god, we had previously come into contact with his consciousness. One is the desire for a gnosis, since he was created to be the vessel for one. The other obsession is probably related to his past. I can't quite explain.
Paimon knows that he was a prototype puppet for the Raiden Shogun before he became a Fatui Harbinger. That's why he wants a gnosis so badly. There's no way he'd willingly be a test subject. Now with that temper and ego of his...
It sounds like you know the balladeer quite well. I see. Tell me more about him and what he's like. The more we know now, the better we can plan for...
Sobre las 3 veces que lo hemos topado.
I
Aunque la primera no la topé yo como tal.
Fascinating. Alright, time to go. Let's get through...
Fatui.
Work time.
Let's begin. Stabilize.
No, my sword. Ring cutter. Game's up. Time's over.
Looks like we can climb up these pipes.
Espero tratar de llegar mucho a donde quiero llegar porque...
The pattern on the ground seems all messed up. Let's go around and see if there's a way to fix it.
Como desordenados. Es que la verdad creo que no me da tiempo.
It seems to have stopped. Let's continue.
A no ser que juegue sin mi audio, pero pues... porque no tendré los audífonos conectados. Debo bajar aquí.
I will have order.
Rain outlines your fate.
Let's end this quick. This isn't good.
Listen. Craig, you'll get frostbite.
Rain outlines your fate.
Solidify!
It's time. You can't run from death.
La verdad no me da tiempo, creo que voy a salir de la emisión y acabar directo. Se me quedará al final de la emisión a medias. Bueno, me quedaré aquí, al comienzo de esto.
Osmanthus wine tastes the
yo
same
me
as I
retiro por ahora.
remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Nos vemos, no sé, a lo mejor mañana lo continúo.